Under the Sea is a Disney sing-along songs from 1990, and I really appreciate the effort they made to keep that Under the Sea theme running right throughout it. However, the song selection for me is sometimes really great and sometimes not very good. So I think it will depend on personal preference, but the actual theme is brilliant. And we have Ludwig hosting this one and taking us through the songs, and everything flows together really well. And we do have, while I don't love all of the songs, we do have a variety of songs from different films. So I do appreciate that. If the songs mean something to you, or if they're nostalgic, or just particular favourites, then you might find this to be a really great sing-along songs package. So as always, I will mention the songs in more detail and discuss ones that I liked and some that I didn't really care for. And there are no songs in this that I dislike. There are just a couple that I either haven't heard of in a long time, and maybe one or two that I don't recognise at all. So these are, of course, spoilers as I go through the songs. And the first song is, of course, Under the Sea. And it's, of course, a brilliant choice, not just because of the theme, but I feel like this song is impossible to listen to without singing along. It's a very catchy song. I'm not the biggest fan of The Little Mermaid as a film, but this song is absolutely incredible. And then we have By the Beautiful Sea, which is not a song that I recognised, but it is a song that's appeared in various Disney VHS releases mostly, and we have some Mickey and Minnie on screen with some interesting clips from Mickey and Minnie cartoons. So the song itself I didn't love, but visually I quite enjoyed that aspect of it. Then we have Never Smile at a Crocodile from Peter Pan, which is a really, really great song. And then we have one that gave me this huge rush of nostalgia because I love this film, but I haven't seen it in a very, very long time because it gives me negative nostalgia, but also positive. And I'll discuss what I mean by that in a second. But this is That's What Makes the World Go Round from The Sword in the Stone. I love the film. It is incredibly nostalgic, but I used to get very scared of Madame Mim. So when I watch the film, I kind of feel that fear that I felt as a child. I'm not scared of it now as an adult, but certainly when I'm enjoying the nostalgia of the film, that does also come with the fear that I felt watching the film. So I absolutely love it, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I haven't seen or heard That's What Makes the World Go Round in many, many years. So the nostalgia there was just absolutely beautiful. So thankful they included that song. Then we have Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid. Not as wonderful as Under the Sea, but still a pretty good song. And then we have At the Codfish Ball, which is another one that I didn't recognise. And according to fandom.com, it was actually sung by Shirley Temple in Captain January. I have seen some Shirley Temple films, but not that one. It makes me curious to go and check it out. And we have some Disney cartoon clips to the song itself. So I can't really comment too much on it as I don't know that much about the song. I haven't seen the film, but I didn't immediately love it when listening to this. But the animation selection was not too bad. We then have Sailing Sailing and Sailor's Hornpipe. I think Sailing Sailing is a pretty great song. Definitely one that I enjoyed. I don't know the lyrics well enough to sing along to it, but it's pretty cool. Then we have A Whale of a Tale from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And what's quite interesting about this is that we actually get live action footage, whereas the rest of this is animated. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't like it if there's only one live action film in a sing-along songs. If it alternates, or if there's a good variety of live action and animation, that's fine. But if it's all animated, and then you just have one live action clip, it just feels really jarring. It feels like they could have found a better song. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one. But they could have even used this song to animation, to Disney animation. You know, a selection of Mickey or Donald or whatever, if they wanted to use this song. I just don't like the fact that we only have one live action. It just doesn't feel like it's well edited together. But that's the only real point of criticism that I have here. We then have Someone's Waiting for You from The Rescuers, and we finish up, of course, with Under the Sea. So personal highlights would be Under the Sea, Never Smile at a Crocodile, and of course That's What Makes the World Go Round. The other songs are either okay or just songs that I'm not that familiar with, but the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea clip just doesn't feel like it belongs. But as I said, I do appreciate that a real effort was made to put together a real package of under the sea based songs, and I think they did a really good job with it. So if you're a fan of any of these songs, or indeed if you don't recognize any of them, I'd say it's worth checking out and see if you get any fuzzy nostalgia as well. I really should watch The Sword in the Stone all of the way through. But honestly, when I watch it, I feel this kind of deep anxiety as I can just feel the feelings I felt as a child. It's an amazing rush, but also very difficult. But I love it. I do love it. And although Under the Sea isn't perfect, it's still pretty great.